Alright, so, hello folks. It is I, Kamikaze, obviously. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I decided that I have created a fourth ending for the game, but I am actually making available the original game that I have finished. I mean, it is done. It has some spelling errors and other things. You can make comments and so forth and tell me what needs to be fixed or whatnot if you purchase the game. To the people that I've had um, test it and so forth. I asked them for their opinions and so forth on it. They all have loved the game. Uh, it's different than what they expected, but it was like different in such a uh, good way. I'm not gonna really post any of their quotes yet, but I will eventually. I have them because some of them are pretty funny. But I had asked them how much the game should be worth, and they were indicating from being able to play the game that it looks like they wouldn't really pay anything for it, but after playing and experiencing the game, it went from everywhere from $3 to $5. But that's only based off of four people. That's about all I was willing to get out there until I got the game out there, and I have issues. I don't like my work. I am proud that I've completed something, even though I still am doing a few tweaks to it, but I actually completed something where it's completely playable, completely doable. Um, but I don't feel like I do good stuff. And it's just a problem with my brain. You guys seem to love it, which is what keeps me going. Um, so, unfortunately, I could not get the game onto greenlight. I didn't make enough money. I tried to stream in hopes to get few more donations to get me closer, but uh, didn't quite have enough. I will be getting it to the Android marketplace as soon as I build myself up like about $25 because that's the whole fee to get it onto Google Play. And then there'd be an Android version, which also works. Gotta tweak the phone version, but the tablet version works. Then hopefully I can make an iOS version, but I haven't even looked into Apple Store because I think that's probably something beyond. But right now, down below in the description is a link to itch.io, a place that does not cost money in order to post it, and they take the least amount out of each game that's sold. They can actually take zero, but I'm not going to give them zero. Their open market thing does like between 0 and 100%. They say the industry standard is 30, and that their default is set to 10. I can't even afford giving him 10, but I couldn't give him nothing, so I put it at 3. Makes me feel like a bad person, but I need to earn something from somewhere. I still don't have another job set up. I found out that my current hours at the retail establishment that I work at doesn't coincide well with getting another job, so they're hiring people that have more hours at this time. So it looks like I'll have to wait until closer to the end in order to get another job. I hope not, but that's just the way that is. Uh, so itch.io, I put the game at $2.99, going by the lowest bracket price that you guys have suggested to me. That's from the people who tried it and from the people who have not. Um, that can always change. I will be providing updates because, as I said, I've created a fourth ending. There's still a couple things I want to add to it to make it like I'm thinking, but the game will now be available to all who want it. Also, if you're wondering why this is still on my desk, because my tripod broke. My luck. Uh, but the game, I will tell you now, from the people that have played it, since I haven't played it. I mean, I flipped through all of the choices and click, 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 and done all of that. I have never actually seen it from beginning to end. It took me 10, 20 hours for editing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not a writer, and what I created is from my brain, and I have never really created anything, something that I could call my own. I mean, I may have used the program called RenP and gutted the crap out of it, but the story is all mine. It all is mine. I made it all up. It's actually something I can classify as my work, and I want it to go everywhere. I do. I want to make people think. I want to make people feel. it's and I want to be above all else real. I want to always be real to every one of you, every single one of you. That's why I always want to make sure that I'm always talking to you guys, that no matter how big the channel ever gets, that I will still have like a Discord or some way of communicating publicly with people that's not just like a Twitter post or a Facebook post or something of the sort like that. I want to be able to actually communicate and talk with people. I'll always figure out some way of doing that because that's just how I am. But again, I have added the link to the description below that goes straight to the page. It's not the prettiest of pages, but I figured that if I don't get it out now, I'm just going to keep pushing it off because I have finished the 3 storylines and I was pushing it off because I was waiting for everyone to complete all the story, all the endings in order to be able to put it out there. But if I keep waiting, I'm going to keep pushing it off. I keep pushing it off. It's just not going to happen. My paranoid brain needs to stop worrying about what's going to happen after it's on the internet. So, it's on the internet now. It's available immediately. The version that is available has the 3 endings. It doesn't even have the code for the 4th ending. I haven't even compiled that one yet because I'm not even going to compile that until I get that last piece that I need, because I believe it will tie it all together. I don't even know why I created the 4th ending. I don't even know if the 4th ending is really even necessary. I just walked around work doing my job and then it popped into my brain. And then instead of just popping in my brain, it connected, and then it just assembled it all together and said, you know what, this is just messed up. Let's put it in the game. So, pardon me. There is a 4th ending. It just hasn't been put in there yet. But the good ending and the bad ending and the normal ending are all in there, which means that you have the full game. The 4th ending does not affect that in any way. There's no new questions, no new plans, no new anything of the sort. It's just an ending. I even created code that I didn't even know how to code, and I magically did it, and it worked. And I'm rambling. Mainly because I'm nervous as hell. I put something out there. And you guys have been more than supportive, and I know that you guys are more than generous in your ratings and stuff. I'm more worried about everyone else who's not really a part of this community, but I want everyone else to experience this. The game is about a half an hour in length. Oh, I went off on a tangent off there. It's about a half an hour length from the people who have said they've played it. I don't know if it's because they're fast readers or otherwise. I mean, because it took me for freaking ever to write all this story, to edit all this story. And as I said, there's spelling errors. Let me know. I will change them. I will update it. All that great stuff. In the next major update, which will be the next update, it will have the 4th ending too. So I'll do all the edits, add the 4th ending, get all of that in there. And I will tell you right now, you will not appreciate the game, I don't think, unless you get the good ending. So if you get the bad ending or the normal ending, go for the good ending. Because I think, in my opinion, my brain created that to make it all make sense. So, as of right now, it's on itch.io. I provided the link in the description below. I don't really need to describe anything because it's just that. And I'm nervous as hell right now. I'm pulling out my non-existent cat hair. My brain is like telling me, no, stop it, pause it, delete it, remove it. So, since it's now released, I'm letting you know who the testers were. Not all of them have gotten all the endings, but I am saying it anyway. So I want to thank Lord Shank, Who Is This, Surasaurus, and Joan of Art. All 4 of them have received a copy of this. Some of them have said they're going to buy a copy when it's released, and I thank you graciously for that. I don't even know how Itch does payments or whatnot, but I thank you anyway on that, because that's going to help out a lot. But those people are the ones that I used as guinea pigs. I tried to pick the people not because of how much they've contributed to the channel. I picked people because of their personalities. Uh, Open-minded people. Not saying that some of you aren't open-minded, but I picked open-mindedly diverse people from different parts of the spectrum. That way we have different backgrounds and so forth looking into it, different age groups. It's a small control group, but it still works. I thank you guys for trying out the game. I'm glad to know that there was no bugs that broke the game so far. Oh, and I'm just still rambling. And of course, I'm gonna upload this with no edits because it's 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 real. I'm trying to always stay real. And plus, obviously, if I do a really long recording, it's not like I'm going to re-record a really long recording in order to re-record it just because it wasn't perfect, because it was a really long recording with no editing. Then there's not going to be any evidence of that happening. So that way, it makes much more sense for me to just do this and be real, because it's dumb how YouTube has become really so fake, so full of. I was just talking to who about this clickbait, trash. The same stuff from the same people doing the same crap every day. I'm trying to keep it diverse. I really want to play some more games right now, and I'm getting really off on a tangent, and I'm just really, really, really nervous and anxious and losing my marbles. All right. Hi. I've released a game on itch.io. The game is called If One Thing Changed. It has 3 possible endings currently, with a 4th on the way. It's available on itch.io for $2.99 or however much you want to pay. Or more, or something like that it says on there. The description and the website are very crude at best, but the game is an experience, approximately 1/2 hour in length, maybe more depending on the endings or how well you can read. Not to diss anyone's reading abilities. So, if you folks had fun, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things that make me happy, which makes you happy, which makes me happy, making you happy. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.